rapper. A Ben Dad getting a stroke and nothing to trap her. John could do what's ironic but true. A man dies, baby born as fair as Peru. It's a simple clue between us and imposters. We hop in the air and don't care what it cost us. Now I'm with a nerd with a pit full of marshes. I guess you could say that we fly like saucers. Zapping that with class and that vigor. The cash and crash whippers, the thrash and mad gripper. Go ahead and say it. Yes, sir. Close your eyes, just picture yourself just holding pies. Implement a plan and you surely rise. That's promised by the man that controls the skies. But you see, I know that it's so ill. Better yet, doggy, just tell me how you feel. How you feel, dog? We just picture, thinking, dreaming, scheming, reading, all in the late night, shaking, boiling, lacing, baking, shaping, shaving. Gotta get this cake right as I serve it. You just burn it, breathe it, learn it. Now watch you take flight. How does it feel? Yes, sir. You don't know me.
The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Sprite.
Hey everybody, welcome to 2K Sports. Well, a few games under our belts now. We get a feel for how this season is going. Along with Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. We're bringing you the Houston Rockets out at Toyota Center as they face off against the San Antonio Spurs. You take a look at the Spurs. They've only come out in front in one of their first 3 games so far, so a win tonight will be important to them, to be at 500 instead of 3 games under. Tim Duncan, one of the great leaders in the NBA, Shaq, he sets the tone for the entire Spurs organization as far as guys who are on the floor in between the lines.
I dubbed him the big fundamental in 1995-96 because he has a tremendous knowledge of how to play the game and what it takes to win. And at this point, Ernie, he's like the player's coach. A lot of times, Coach Popovich will call a timeout, just let Timmy and the veterans straighten things out.
Tim Duncan, one of a kind in not only Spurs history, but NBA history.
Big fundamentals.
Fundamental or fundamentals?
Fundamentals. He has it all, Ernie.
Oh, okay, good.
More than one.
All right, thanks for setting the record straight. Here's Kevin Harlan's.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. This game in Houston marks the start of a homestand for the Rockets. The story here, Kawhi Leonard injured and unable to play.
Well, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of his injury. We only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of their previous game, but now they sound sure about it. Hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
And we should. I mean, knowing the history of players who've had similar injuries in the past, obviously every player is different, but you would expect him to be back within a few weeks.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter, and it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. Here's Kanan, coming off a solid outing against Miami. Harden missing again.
Well, the Spurs defense really took off a couple years ago when they decided to pair Thiago Splitter and Tim Duncan in the starting lineup. All that length defensively has made it much more difficult for teams to score inside against San Antonio.
And good on the basket. Book it.
Tony Parker.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
It's Harden with the drive, and he gets it to go.
Pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
Here's Parker. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Just 5 to shoot. Double team on Parker. Shot from 12. And he can't bank that one in. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Heat at the American Airlines Arena.
That was a game in hostile territory, too, guys. It seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
Ariza has the open look, and he misses the go-ahead basket.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Cannon kicks to Jones. It's good. This game is all even. Jones has got his first basket of the night.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Parker outside. Pass to Duncan. From 13, off the left rim and out.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now here's Howard. Duncan with some nice D.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
D2 from Anderson. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Kanan using his post move to get the 2 points.
You know, with the expectations low for him, he can provide a nice lift when he does put the ball in the basket.
Duncan right side. Right wing. Here's Splitter. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. And so here is Houston. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. A lot of his strategy is focused on Dwight Howard, and rightly so. He said, we know Dwight can do it all, and it is going to take a 5-man effort to slow him down. He can finish, block shots, rebound. The guy is almost 7 feet of pure muscle, and there is just no way to handle him one-on-one. If there is a way, the NBA hasn't discovered it yet.
And thank you for that, Doris. The Spurs shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Well, they were very pleased with their free throw numbers a year ago. They knocked down about 79% from the stripe as a team.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games. James Harden with those rush hour handles, whether it's breaking his man down in isolation or running the pick and roll, he keeps that thing on a string.
And Harden, a left-hander. Defenders tend to have more trouble, it seems, guys, with softball.
Well, and especially with Harden because of how crafty he is. He's got that Manu Ginobili Euro move, the change of speed, change of direction, and then the strength. I mean, that's what separates him. He draws contact and seems to just go right through players.
And the Spurs making a change here. Diaw's checked in.
Well, for Tim Duncan and the Spurs, an incredible legacy of dominance. In his 17 years in the league, the Spurs have never won less than 61% of their games. Not to mention, of course, 5 finals appearances and 4 NBA championships.
And the shot is good. Here is Harden, and he also played really well in that win against the Heat. From 13. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Harden's got his second basket of the night. And the Spurs have done an amazing job, Clark, over the years surrounding Duncan with the right kind of talent.
And Tim Duncan has done a great job leading and making adjustments in his own game. They're a team with great scouting and development of their players. You talk to players who've been there. That's one of the things they rave about, Kevin, is they get the attention for their individual development. And all of their players were not lottery picks. Most of them were mid, late, first-round picks, some second-round guys. And it's just another example of doing it the right way at the highest level.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
A different look now for San Antonio. Bonner, he's checked in for Duncan. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Parker. And the pass to Diaw. He dishes it to Mills. He feeds it to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Kanan. The feed to Howard. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Boris Diaw.
Well, you know, Dwight Howard has gone through his share of nicknames over the years, and some of his names have been self-imposed. But Coach Kevin McHale has taken to calling him Big Horse. I'm not sure. We'll see if that one catches on.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. Steve, what do you think of that nickname, Big Horse, for Howard? That do anything for you?
Not really, Kevin. In fact, it's the first time I've ever heard of it. I just prefer to think of him as Dwight Howard. Did that do anything for you?
No. As you would expect from Steve, ever the straight guy.
Mills, that's a 2-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Howard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Kanan, the pass to Harden. To the left side wing. Kanan kicks to Harden. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. The 4th spot held by Dwight Howard.
How about if we just call them the top glass eaters? They gobble up those rebounds, and some guys just have a knack for being able to do that.
Last season, Coach Popovich of the San Antonio Spurs winning his 5th NBA championship, one of only 5 NBA coaches in the league's history to win that many rings. He's one of the all-time greats.
Here's Mills. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And he gets it to go.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Now, here is Harden. 4-point game. That's good. And Popovich, the only coach in NBA history to twice win Coach of the Year and an NBA title. Clark in the same season.
And yet he remains so humble. He's highly